The EVGA 9800 GTX just landed. It should have went like boom or something. It should come with sound effects. EVGA guys, when you send these things and they land in our mailbox, and include like a sound effect, so it's like boom. Yeah. No, not headshot. That's the pure ownage guys that spell it with a P. That's what I say about you guys. You guys got a juvenile tongue stick out. All right, then back to the story at hand. 9800 GTX is here. The price is amazing. The specs are very similar to the 8800 GTX, except the fact that this thing has a smaller manufacturing process, keeps things cooler, and also allows it to go a little faster. Another thing that's nice about this is PCI Express 2.0. It's about 10% faster than the 8800 Ultra even. So that's nice. And it even gets close to the 9800 GX2, which it's a much more expensive card. And you're going to like this, Tri-SLI. That's right, this is the third card on the market that features Tri-SLI. The other two are the 8800 GTX and Ultra. This is my pick for Tri-SLI. If you want 3 graphics cards, then you want this card. That's it. That just put a period on it. That's the end of the sentence. No more talking. Why am I still talking? 512 megabytes of GDDR3 that runs at 2200. That's the double data rate. That's fast. It's fast memory. DDR3, I didn't know it could get that fast without exploding. They've come up with a new technology. This just in from my non-exploding technology. This just in. I made it up. 1600 megahertz or 1688 megahertz shader clock. It's also a 256-bit card, and the core clock is at 675. Now that produces just over 70 gigabytes per second as far as the bandwidth is concerned. For reference, the GX2, the big guy, that produces about 127 gigabytes per second. However, in most games, the performance is very similar, a la these benchmarks. All right, now let's talk about Half-Life 2 Episode 2 at 1920 by 1200. Now these are not benchmarks from this EVGA I'm holding in my hand. I must preface by saying that this is a benchmark from the spec NVIDIA. It's basically the same thing, though, same benchmarks all the way around. Now, with everything turned all the way up at 1920 by 1200, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, the GTX is at 193 frames a second, and the GX2 is at 197 frames a second. So awesome performance in this price range. Unreal Tournament 3, 1920 by 1200, the GTX 126 frames a second, GX2 130 frames a second. Again, that's awesome. That's really awesome. All right, Crysis 1920 by 1200. On medium settings, this card is at 46 frames a second. The GX2 is at 50. Now, if you turn it all the way up to high, it still gets 40 frames a second at 1920 by 1200 in Crysis. So that's hot. It's really hot. It concludes the benchmark portion of the video. As you can see, it's extremely fast. 3 of these cards is faster than 2 of the GX2 cards. So that's cool as well. If you want to build a Tri-SLI system, then this is the card that you need to be looking at. Also, it's got a lot of cool things in the box. We have 2 DVI ports, 2560 by 1600 out of both of these DVI ports. There's also a breakaway cable spot right there that's an S-video cable. They've included the S-video cable in the box. Yay for S-video. They've also included this in the box. Let me pull this out. All right, this is a breakaway cable that gives you, that's a component, right? It better be component because I said it. 2 of these in the box. VGA to DVI, or actually the other way around, DVI to VGA, so you can plug it up and use VGA in your cave. You're still using a CRT. Shame on you guys. That's horrible. All right, let's look at the power plugs right here. We need 2 6-pin PCI Express connectors, and they've also included this in the box. Take a look at this. We have Molex on one side, 6-pin PCI Express on the other. 2 Molex goes to the 6-pin PCI Express, and they give us 2 of those cables in the box. So they've pretty much given us all the cables we need. We're loaded up, and this thing is fast. So I'm still kind of going back and forth between this one and the 9800 GX2. I'm going to pick one up very soon. I'll blog about it on news.tigerdirect.com, tell you which one I went with. I'm kind of leaning toward this one because, lower power requirements, and the benchmarks are insane, and it's also a little bit smaller. I want to have some extra room in my system to put a sound card. But then again, do I want to use 3 of these? Oh, the decisions. Oh, God. It's your turn to make a decision, isn't it? I mean, that's why you're watching this, so you can decide what to do with your hard-earned money. And it will not be ill spent if you pick up one of these. I'll see you next time. For more information on the EVGA GeForce 9800 GTX, go to Tiger Direct and type E145-9802 into the search box, or you can call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 1-800-800-8300.